Why is Lego the world's largest tire producer? Lego sets are well known throughout the world, but few people realize that Lego is the world's largest tire manufacturer, producing tires for cars that no one drives. Yep, we're talking about those small rubber wheels for toy cars. In 2011, the company manufactured a record of 380 million tires, showing that Lego is more than just sets. It also turns out that there's a secret chamber at the company's headquarters in Denmark called Memory Lane. What is the composition of a rhino horn? This is an elephant whose tusks are slightly modified teeth. To understand this, you don't even need to study biology. But what about a rhino? Are his horns also part of the skull? No, things are a little more complicated here. In fact, a rhino's horn is a compacted mass of hair that keeps growing. Why do school buses have black lines? As soon as we said this, you probably thought of a yellow school bus. Have you ever noticed that they all have those black lines along the side? What are those unique designs? Let's take a closer look. As you can see, these stripes are made of solid ribbed metal. The lines help absorb the impact in a collision. Thanks to them, rescuers can quickly evacuate and immediately help the students. Why are hotel linens white? For a moment, imagine that you checked into a luxurious hotel and immediately jumped onto a soft snow-white bed. But why do hotels only use white linens and towels? It's common knowledge that white things get dirty more quickly and require more effort to clean. But hotels have their own reasons for insisting on using white sheets. First, they're easier to spot stains on. And second, the local laundry staff would go crazy if they had to wash colorful linens. What are the explanations of the 3 stripes on a barber pole? You've probably seen this pole over a barber shop in your city somewhere. It only has 3 colors, but it literally tells us where you can cut your hair. Meanwhile, this symbol has a rather ancient history. In the Middle Ages, barbers not only cut hair and shaved beards, but they also practiced bloodletting. After the procedure, they dried bloody bandages wrapped around poles in the streets to advertise their services, which is how these poles appeared. Red means blood, white means bandages, and blue means swollen veins. Why don't UPS drivers take the left turn? It's weird, but UPS drivers have to plan their routes without using left turns, so take this downstairs. While it's easy to assume that the delivery drivers avoid making left turns unless absolutely necessary, there is actual research to back up their reasoning. By doing so, the company saves 10 million gallons of fuel annually, substantial savings considering that making a left turn increases the fuel consumption of the truck while also increasing the risk of a collision. What purpose do the rubber ends of tires serve? Excellent photograph, don't you agree? Let's take a closer look at those tiny little rubber ends. What do you think they're for? You can find these ready to hear the answer in almost every car tire, but they serve no purpose. Some rubber gets inside when molten rubber is poured into a tire mold with tiny ventilation holes. Of course, you can cut them off, but don't you think it looks good anyway? Why are trees marked red? If you see trees like this, don't touch them. These are the signs that hang on them, and you can read them to make sure you know exactly what you're dealing with. You don't even need to read the text either, because a couple of skulls makes it clear that something is entirely wrong here. This is a mancunial tree, one of the most toxic trees on the planet. Why do Brits drive on the left side of the road? Many former colonies of Britain have left-hand traffic, including India, Australia, and South Africa. But why is driving on the right so much worse? The answer will surprise you. In ancient times and the Middle Ages, it was common practice for people to use their swords to fight off an approaching enemy. It's much easier to use a sword and fight off an approaching enemy than to use a vehicle. Why do cars have removable headrests? Did you know you could even detach them? Headrests not only protect the head and neck from impacts, but they can save lives if you're stuck in an overturned car or your car is sinking. Use these metal rods with them, and anyone, even if they've never been robust, can easily break the glass of a vehicle. What causes cats to knead? Does your pet do this? Don't worry, he doesn't want to hurt you or jump on you. Some people believe that this is how cats learn to knead the dough. While there is some similarity, the actual reason is very different. In fact, this is how they show affection. Cats inherited this instinctive trait from kittenhood when they drank their mother's milk. Isn't it cute? Can dogs detect cancer? A dog's sense of smell is about 100,000 times better than ours, so it's no surprise that they can sometimes detect signs of certain diseases. Cancer is one of them, and this one can quickly identify the people who suffer from it. This isn't a miracle, it's just one of our loyal pets' superpowers. So far, scientists have only trained dogs to detect cancer symptoms, but they can already be beneficial.